Hey there and welcome to After Work. My name is Valentine, and in this channel we talk about various data science topics that are important when you're starting out your data science career. If such topics interest you, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Alright, so let's get started with our topic of the day, R versus Python. Which one should you learn first while learning data science? So if you're not sure what R and Python are, these are programming languages that you can use to perform any sort of data science related task. And if you're still not sure what what programming languages are, you can think of programming languages as simply tools that you can use to perform any sort of computer related task. There are so many computer programming languages that you can use and you can learn. However, the two most commonly used programming languages for data science are usually R and Python. So by the end of this video, you should be in a position to know which of the two is best suited for your learning process. So if you don't have any programming experience when it comes to working with programming languages, maybe you come from the academia, maybe you come from a research kind of a background, or you come from an engineering background or statistics background, then R should be the to-go language when it comes to learning data science, primarily because it's easier for persons who do not have a programming experience to learn that particular language as opposed to undertaking something like Python. In terms of projects, if you envision yourself working on projects that require you to use a lot of statistical techniques, then R still is the language that is best suited for you due to the vast availability of packages that are readily in place that would allow you to perform any sort of data science related tasks that you need. In addition to that, you might also need to communicate your results to stakeholders through the use of visualizations. Then R is quite known for being the programming language that allows you to have publication ready visuals for the communication of complex results. So if you intend to create visuals maybe for print that are publication ready for print, or for presentation purposes, or for even simply putting on web applications, then R is the language that you should consider learning. Again, if you also would want to become a data analyst, where a lot of your work is going to involve simply creating descriptive reports or just doing a lot of statistical analysis work, then you should still consider learning R, as well as also if you would also want to become a data scientist, still working on such kinds of projects, you should consider R as the primary language. On the other hand, you should consider learning Python if, say, you have some programming experience in, say, working on various software projects. Maybe you've been a software engineer or software developer, or even have done a course in programming before. Then you should consider learning Python as the first language, because the same approaches that you have used in the past in those other projects or in those other courses are the same ones that you're going to be using while learning Python. In addition, you might envision yourself working on projects that entail maybe creating models. They might entail also creating applications that are going to be served to users on web applications. They also entail creating projects that, or working on projects that entail deploying solutions to quite a large number of users. Then you should still consider Python. The reason is because Python is used throughout, not only for data science, but it can also be used for taking applications into production. So if you're going to be you're going to be working on projects that will need, say, deployment later, it would be much more easier to work with a language that can allow you to do that, and that is Python. Now, in terms of careers, maybe you might want to become a machine learning engineer or data science or data scientist who's going to be working on such kinds of projects, which of course I've mentioned entail creating models. Then still you should consider Python due to also the maturity of the ecosystem when it comes to working on such kinds of projects. So those are the those are the different kinds of aspects that you should consider while you're choosing to learn R or Python. However, we are now going to go through a few questions, that 5 questions to be exact, that should give you an idea of which of the two is best suited for you. So the first question is, do you have experience in programming with regards to other languages? So if so, then R is not the language that you should learn first. Instead, Python should be the language that you should learn first. So do you have experience programming in other languages? If yes, Python. If no, R. The second question is, do you want to go into academia or industry? In academia, where a lot of statistical learning data science projects happen, then you should consider R. If it's in industry, where you're going to be deploying models and scaling applications, as well as serving the applications via web applications, then you should consider Python. Do you want to learn machine learning or statistical learning? That's the third question. If it's machine learning, then you should consider Python. If it's statistical learning, then you should consider R. The fourth question is, do you want to do a lot of software engineering related work? You might want to deploy your solution. If so, then you should consider learning Python as your first language. The fifth question is, do you want to easily visualize your data in beautiful graphics? If so, then you should consider R, majorly because it provides you with a way that has that gives you publication ready visuals, ready for print or presentation to various stakeholders. So I hope those particular questions gave you some clarity in which language to choose over the other. In addition to that, I would further recommend that you also do some extra research with regards to the job listings that you might be considering to apply for. Maybe you want to become a data scientist for a certain company. It would be important for you to do a bit of more research to understand also those particular tools that those companies use, majorly because not all companies may necessarily follow the structure that we've mentioned. Some of them might choose to use their own method of working on data science projects, and that might entail using one particular language over the other. So yeah, that's it about this video. If you loved this video, be sure to press the like button, and if you'd want to be notified about future videos on learning data science, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next video.